Hey guys, Bushcraft family with another video, and this one I can't believe that it's not on all the major news companies or outlets or the media, whatever you want to call it. Um, I got noticed about it yesterday, and I kind of spoke about it on Jeff's channel, and I don't think it really sunk into a lot of people that was there. And what I'm going to show you is quite alarming. Why? Because right now everybody's getting all the Christmas. All, they've been stocking up for the Christmas season um, for the last six months. That way they can make that money for the holidays. Um, I know there's stores right now that are laying people off. They done told them the 22nd will be your last day, the 22nd of December. That way they get them through the Christmas season, and then they're done. A lot of stores will be shutting down. Walmart's, they're like over 8,000 something Walmarts. I think there's 1,800 in Ohio that'll be um, shutting down. And now I kind of see why. But like I said, if the companies, meaning the grocery stores and the outlet stores and all the for the Christmas season, they do bad this year. Um, Next year it'll be the start of the depression because um, everything will crash because they're expecting this Christmas. If it's not as good as they uh, predict or want it to be, a lot of companies will be going under, and they're like I said, they're already telling people the 22nd of December is their last day. A lot of stores will be going under, like I said. But what I'm going to show you um, is very alarming. And like I said, I found this out yesterday. This has been going on for a few days, and it's getting worse hour by hour. That's how bad it's getting. So if you don't have food and stuff to last you the beginning of the year, well, probably the beginning of the year it'll be fine, and then you're gonna start seeing stuff slowly disappear that you won't see anymore, or very seldom. Let's go ahead and I'll show you what the issue is and why this is going to be happening. Let me go ahead and switch this over. Okay, as you can see, I'm scrolled down here. Yeah, this is the great United States here. Um, Normally, these coast is packed with ships wanting to unload. Let's go ahead and zoom in here a little bit. Whoops, that's a little bit too much, but there we go. Yep, there's no ships out here waiting. These guys are approaching here. Like I said, this is all. This has been updated a minute ago. These guys are moving. These guys are in dock. Looks pretty good. Looks like we're not getting too much traffic there or not anything like that. Same thing with the other ports, San Francisco, up here in Washington State. San Diego's the same thing. But here is the problem. You see this big old line right here. That is a lot of ships that should be over here on the West Coast, deploying or unloading and loading over here on the West Coast. So we keep moving down here like this, and there's a place called a country called Panama. They have a canal there that everybody uses to get to the other side of the ocean here. It's a divide area, I guess. That way they don't have to stroll all the way down to here. Well, let's go ahead and zoom in here, shall we? You see this big cluster of ships right there and a bigger cluster of ships? Well, it gets worse as we get closer. As you can see here, these are ships waiting to get through the canal here. And this, like I said, this is Panama Canal, a very important place. And there is a major traffic jam here of ships that are trying to get through to unload their goods and stuff. Normally, a good day, it's not even going to take an hour to get through here. There have been ships that's been sitting here for days, waiting for their turn to get through this little bitty area right here. And it, like I said, a good day, ship go through there, not even 15 minutes. Zoom all the way through. Well, since the West Coast is turning ships away because they're getting ready for a major strike, so they're reducing a lot of their load on the West Coast. I've said this before, and this is the product of that. So all these ships from China, the West, are coming here because they have to unload on the west or the east side of the United States. As you can see here, these guys are waiting to get back over to the west side. What's that mean? These guys are waiting. It's taken 4 to 8 hours per boat or ship to get over to the other side. That means that's how. And there's, like I said, there's been ships sitting there waiting for days, so they're already behind. And what's that mean? That means the more everybody's sitting there waiting to get through this, the longer it's going to take before we get our supplies. If it's fresh produce, by the time they get through here, it's no good anymore. And as you can see here, we'll go ahead and normally these ports are quite full and it's mostly oil and stuff. As you can see, the ports are extremely packed with oil coming and going here. Even though we're running out of diesel and whatnot, won't talk about that right there. But you remember last year how the ships were all sitting here in the bay of Los Angeles and stuff? Well, this is happening on the East Coast now. And this is Savannah. It's one of the largest on the East Coast. And they are extremely backed up. They're running 24/7. And you can go up to the other ports here. They're also having the same issues where they're waiting to unload their goods. So that means come January, February, we are going to start seeing major shortages, empty shelves again, because a lot of the stuff just is not getting to where it needs to be, to these docks to get unloaded. You can already see how backed up it is on the East Coast. And you look at Savannah, and some people might think, "Oh, that's not that bad. There's only a few, maybe 75 to 100." Well, Savannah might be big, but they're not as big as LA, Long Beach ports. You could fit probably 2 to 3 Savannah ports where there is over on the West Coast. And sure, they are doing their best to get all this the ships unloaded and whatnot, but it's not going to take for that long before they realize that they can't handle this, and they're getting overwhelmed. Pretty soon, it's just gonna crash like it did on the West Coast. And now that those guys are still in talks, I'm surprised that they haven't West Coast hasn't started striking yet. And I think it's because they're waiting until after Christmas. So probably the beginning of the year, you're going to start seeing strikes on the West Coast. And unless for some reason they negotiate and get everything done. But they've been in talks for years. So this is what we got to look forward to. And you don't see it in the media. You don't say, "Hey, look down the Panama Canal. Look what's going on down there." Nope, nothing in the news. So this is something that I think everybody needs to know. Very important stuff. And I thank you for watching. Until next time, like always, God bless.